The world is slipping into fascism faster than you can say freedom fries. And no, it's not coming from Marxist boogeymen or Antifa grandmas. It's coming from the very people waving flags and screaming about liberty while choking the life out of democracy in plain sight. Welcome to the Ministry of Fukyu, where we preach the gospel of fuck you to a world of idiots with zero discrimination and zero fucks given. If this speaks to you, good. If it triggers you, good. Like it. Share it with your uncle who's one Bible verse away from goose-stepping, and pull up a soapbox in the comments section. This isn't about the past. This is about the now. Fascism isn't some relic of mid-century Europe. It's a global movement on a comeback tour, and the encores are looking genocidal. The boots are back on the ground. The slogans are cleaner. The lies are slicker, and the brown shirts now wear suits and run for office. If you think it can't happen here, you're already halfway complicit. It always starts the same way. Fear. Fear of change, fear of outsiders, fear of losing some imaginary past that never existed. From Hungary to India, from Israel to Brazil, and right here in the good old United States of paranoia, the strongman fantasy is alive and well. And the people feeding it aren't monsters. They're neighbors, co-workers, your uncle at Thanksgiving, all convinced they're saving civilization by burning it down. These regimes don't need truth. They need loyalty. They don't need competence. They need obedience. And they especially don't need democracy, unless it's just long enough to win the vote and kill it from the inside. Let's be real. Fascism doesn't march in goose-step anymore. It dances in campaign ads, memes, and rage-bait YouTube channels. It sells itself as common sense and taking our country back. But what it's really taking back is your ability to think, speak, and live freely. The playbook never changes, just the branding. First, they identify a threat. Immigrants, gays, professors, journalists. The idea is simple. Create an enemy, then sell yourself as the only thing standing in the way. Then they attack the press, discredit, demonize, dismantle. Because if people stop trusting facts, they'll believe whatever makes them feel safe or angry, especially angry. Next comes the judiciary. Can't have pesky courts interfering with your holy mission to save the nation, right? So you stack the bench, rewrite the laws, make justice a weapon instead of a shield. Then comes education. You don't just silence dissent, you erase it, ban books, rewrite history. Indoctrinate the next generation not to think critically, but to obey unquestionably. And once you've gutted the institutions and burned the truth, the only thing left is to lock it all in with violence. Whether it's state-sanctioned, vigilante, or just implied. Doesn't matter. Fear keeps the machine running. Sound familiar yet? In the US, the grift is almost too perfect. Wrap fascism in a flag, slap a bald eagle on it, call it freedom, and suddenly half the population is begging for boot polish to lick. Donald Trump didn't invent this. He just gave it a gold-plated name tag and a cult following. A walking ego with autocratic fantasies, running on lies, vengeance, and nostalgia for a time that never existed. But it's bigger than him now. Tucker Carlson openly praises Viktor Orban. Elected officials share Nazi propaganda on social media. Christian nationalists talk about taking dominion while cheering on authoritarian crackdowns. It's not a fringe anymore. It's a platform. And while the right slides into open fascism, the left is too busy eating itself over pronouns and platform purity tests to mount a real defense. The center pretends neutrality is nobility. Spoiler alert, fascism loves your neutrality. It thrives on it. The most dangerous thing about modern fascism? It sells itself as patriotism. It drapes itself in red, white, and blue. It shows up to school board meetings and yells about freedom while demanding censorship. It turns victimhood into virtue and conspiracy into gospel. And it's not just America. Look at Modi in India. Look at Netanyahu weaponizing fear. Look at Bolsonaro nearly pulling a coup. These aren't isolated. They're symptoms of the same disease. It's a global pandemic of authoritarian nostalgia, a longing for a fantasy past enforced by real violence. And here's the sickest part. Fascism doesn't win because it's strong. It wins because everyone else is weak, tired, and distracted. Because the opposition clings to norms while the fascists light them on fire. Because the people who should know better stay silent just long enough for the regime to become reality. So no, this isn't alarmism. It's not both sides. It's not politics as usual. It's fascism. It's here, and it's growing. You don't stop it with think pieces. You stop it by calling it what it is. Loudly, repeatedly, without apology. You shame it. You mock it. You confront it everywhere it rears its head. Online, in public, in power. The moment you treat it as anything but the cancer it is, it metastasizes. And if you're watching this and thinking, well, I'm not a fascist, I just think we need to secure the border and fight woke culture. Congrats, you've been played. You're not resisting tyranny. You're helping install it. Fascism doesn't care what excuse you use. It only cares that you obey. This isn't about being edgy. It's about being awake. If you're more offended by someone calling out fascism than you are by fascist behavior, you're already on the wrong side of history. So let me be crystal fucking clear. Fascism isn't a debate, it's a death cult with a PR team. And the ministry of Fukyu is done being polite about it. If you see it, name it. If you hear it, burn it down. If you're tired of playing nice while the fascists play for keeps, welcome home. If you're still waiting for someone else to save you, you're not resisting. You're stalling. The clock's already run out on civility, compromise, and clever hashtags. This is the part of the story where the silence gets counted as consent. Every, well, I don't want to get political, is a vote for authoritarianism by default. Every, let's hear both sides, is a gift-wrapped platform for fascists to spread rot with a smile. You don't fight infection with balance. You cut it out before it eats the host. This ministry is not here to win hearts and minds. We're here to shove mirrors in faces and light the gaslighters on fire with their own bullshit. If that offends you more than fascism itself, congratulations. You're the reason this message exists. So go ahead. Call it divisive. Call it un-American. Call it whatever makes you sleep at night while the rest of us stand up. But know this. When history asks what side you were on, neutrality won't save you. It never has.